hope you're doing great. I'm Manon from Squeaky Loops, and welcome back to my channel where we like anything related to crochet or knitting. If that sounds good to you, let's get cozy. Today we're embarking on the pile of whip journey. I will show you everything that is currently in my whip bag, and we will go through them. I will mention a couple facts about them. I will explain to you in which state they are, like approximately like how close to be finished they are, and I might end up frogging some of them because I can't be bothered anymore, but you will see that in just a second. As I have mentioned in my previous video about my 2026 knitting and crochet plans, I am planning to substantially reduce the number of whips that I have in order to start new projects. So it has become a bit overwhelming. I mean, I don't have tons of whips, but I do like to start something and finish it. And if I don't finish it, it stays in my mind, like even though it's like a teeny tiny bit of thought that I have for it, it's still here. So I will not make the suspense last any longer, and I will go grab my bag. Here it is. I also have one whip here, and I also have one whip here. So this here is the main bag. It is a tote bag-ish that I bought when I was visiting my family. I really like it. I like the colors, but you know, I feel like I'm that kind of person who's lived in a few countries, and I feel like I'm a tourist in any of these places now. So this is the place I legit like grew up in, but still I decided to buy a merch bag for it because cute. Okay, so let's get started though, shall we? I will show you all these projects in no particular orders, just the first one that comes in my hand will be the first one I will mention. And it appears that the first one that I currently see right now is the first project I started. My parents-in-law in 2024 bought me this very, very nice Rikorumi Christmas crochet along box. However, so they gifted this box to me in 2024 for Christmas, well, for my birthday, which is a bit before Christmas, and then I could just like crochet along until Christmas. The patterns of the amigurumis included are actually more detailed than you would think, and it took me forever to do like not even half of the first project. So I just ended up taking like 3 weeks to make a bit of the first project, and I just abandoned it afterwards because it was not Christmas anymore. So I will quickly show you what I made so far. It is for the first week. So basically, if I remember correctly, it was one pattern for each week leading to Christmas. The first one was a little Christmas tree holding a sugar cane, and this is what I have. And it's just like the Christmas tree, and I am missing some of the like leaves, like the frills. That was it. I will just quickly check because I think it was one pattern for each week leading to Christmas, but I am not quite sure anymore. So yes, it was one amigurumi for each week leading to Christmas. However, it started 7 weeks before Christmas. So it was actually 7 patterns included in the little box. I will also show you, if you're not familiar with Rico. So the box presented itself like this, and you just had to pull on this little tab, and this is not from here, and this is what it looked like inside. And Rikorumi has the smallest little skeins, I swear. It is super duper cute, and they are 25 grams skeins. So yeah, I had these, and honestly, super excited. I am still a bit annoyed at myself for not working a bit more on this, but this is the goal for today, to just like, you know, summarize what we have going on. So will I be crocheting some Christmas themed plushies for the upcoming months? Yes, most likely, because I don't want to like batch them up all at once. I will explain to you a bit later what I am planning on doing with these. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to get back on track on these. I am a bit frustrated. I used too much stuffing on the first one, I think, and I don't think it's gonna like stay. Well, maybe, depending on how I put the legs, but yeah, so it's a bit overstuffed, I think. Another thing is, I was still crocheting with yarn overs only, so I will also need to get back to that for this one, and the other ones I will go with a yarn under, yarn over, just for consistency on the first project. And also, these instructions, like the English written instructions, are actually UK terms, so I remember starting the project and being like super confused because they were talking about double crochets, which is like not the double crochet I know, and I ended up being so confused and emailing them because I didn't know what UK terms were at the time. That is it for technically 7 whips. I will, however, categorize it in a single one. We have quite a few hours left on this one. Next project that I have on hands is what was supposed to be my Christmas top for this year. And after realizing that the yoke for the top is actually like folded and I had to knit like quite a lot just for the yoke, I abandoned the project, and it will now hopefully be my 2026 Christmas top. So this is what I have so far. I mean, right now it looks like a tube. Yes. The pattern is Take a Bow Top by Erica Bernstern. I mentioned it already, I think, in another video. I think it was a crochet with me. But basically this is how it looks like, and I will end up folding it in 2, if I can manage to do that and show you the trick. Like this, kind of. Yeah, it doesn't show much, right? But whatever. It has a kind of it has a little bump. It looks like this on the edge, and I just need to work on it. It's a lot of stockinette, so it kind of gets boring for now, because this is like 12 centimeters. This is like, I don't remember, like 25 or something. And the last part I'm making is also going to be 12. I just need to get going. I have quite a lot of work to do for this one, as this is only the yoke. This is my free time project at the moment. I'm kind of still working on it on and off, honestly, because I have a few things brewing behind the scenes, which, by the way, you should be updated about that in like February, I think. So mark your calendars. The next whip I have is actually something that was on my Christmas list project. Unfortunately, I did not get the time to finish everything for everyone for Christmas. So if you remember, if you were here for the Christmas to-do list-ish video, you might remember that I wanted to give 2 things to my brother. So the first one being a pair of sailor slippers, and the second one being a very detailed amigurumi of Mao Mao from the Apothecary's Diaries. Sailor slippers, no problem, he got them, he really loves them. I didn't take a picture of them, but I ended up having them striped with a orange and a beige, and then the sole was in a dark brown. However, this is the state of our Mao Mao. She now has arms as well as a finished skirt, and she also has half of a little jacket being made. So that's where I'm at right now. I think I still have maybe like 5 hours on it, I would approximate, because the head and the hair is gonna take quite a while, I think. That is the third project. Then, what is this? Oh no, this is the yarn for my Christmas top. This, I know what it is. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention it, but I didn't re-mention it, but all the patterns that I am showing you, like all the whips I am showing you, if there's a pattern for it, it will be linked in the description below. And I hope I don't forget to mention the designers along the video. If I do, it will also be written in the description. And on that note, because I know I didn't mention the patterns designer for the Mau Mau amigurumi, and it is Amigurumi's Vit on Etsy. Now, this pattern is my whip for Lila, the baby bunny, and it is from Spooky Stitch Witch on Etsy and Instagram. I absolutely adore Anita's work. Like, I just love how her general direction is bunnies. I love it. But so this is Lila with very cute sinker eyes from Nora, which I have mentioned quite a few times on this channel, but she deserves another shout out. I actually have to place an order soon for 2 pairs of safety eyes that I really want in order to make a pattern from the Crochet Zoologist. But more on that later when I'm done working on my whips. So Lila, I have body, head, the front paws. I think I made both of the hind paws. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh yes, okay. So these, and they go on that body like this. And after that, I will only have the ears left and the tail as well. And I ran out of the brown, which is from Hobbii in the color, it's Hobbii Baby Snuggle in the color 08. So I ran out of yarn, bought a new skein, and just forgot to get back to it. But this should take like probably like less than an hour, I think. It's gonna be a quick one to finish. I'm just gonna put the skein of the brown inside the correct bag so I don't forget it. Coffee. The next project I am reaching is, oh, I know what this is. This is a knitting project that I was working on in October and November. And okay, I'm not gonna take everything out. No! Crap. Okay, good. Tragedy avoided. I lost one of my needle stopper. This is a cable cardigan. It is the Easy Cable cardigan from Easy as Knit. Oh gosh, stay here. Stay put! And this is where I was at. It is in Merino Extra Fine from Drops, and also some Kid Silk from Drops as well. And it is a kind of reddish brown color. I don't think it's coming out very nice on camera. It's less bright than what comes out on camera, I feel like. But super cute. I'm really happy about it. I just stopped working on it that much because I wanted to work on my Christmas top, which I thought I would finish and I didn't. So did I stop working on that for nothing? Yes. I will, however, get back to it because that's the plan. I unfortunately don't remember what row I stopped on because it's like a pattern of 6 rows for the cables. But you know what? I am super happy with how it looks so far. Like, for someone who has never made cables in her life, I feel like this is pretty good. I was a bit scared, but I really like it. I'm also a tight knitter as well as a tight crocheter, so I hope it will be fine. I did hit gauge with it, so we'll see. Also, I did forget to use smaller needles for the ribbing at the bottom of the cardigan, which makes me a bit sad. I questioned a lot whether I should restart it or not, and I decided not to, because you know what, it's not perfect, but it's fine. It will grow probably when I block it. The only question I'm still debating on about the needle size is whether I should do all my ribbing in that size needle, is whether I should have all ribbings done repeating that mistake, or if I should correct it and use smaller needles for all the ribbings I still have to do. So that's where I'm at right now, and I think this is gonna take quite a lot to finish. I mean, I still have everything to do, honestly. I think I have less than half of the body done, and then I have the sleeves and then the yoke and then the ribbing. So yeah, I'm still here forever. This is the bag containing all the skeins that I need to make it. And there's quite a lot left. So yeah, it's a good indicator of I am going to be here forever. Next project is my pride and joy. It is my flower puff top that I made last year. So it's basically just like a tube. I have one thing to make on this one, well, technically two, but only one that I can make on my own. So I just need to take out one of the flowers on the straps because they kind of stretched while I was wearing it, and I had to constantly like pull up on it because, you know, I didn't want to have a girl popping out. So that's the only thing I have to do on this. It's gonna take probably like, I don't know, like 20 minutes. I mean, I would have to cut the last flower out and sew in the strap to the body. Not a long time, like it will not take a long time. However, the other thing I would really like to do this year is to see with my mom, because she is a seamstress, if we can use a zipper on the top or like maybe line it with some cotton fabric inside. I don't know, something like that, because the corset thingy, I don't think it's gonna be sustainable because I have to cut it once it's put on me. So yeah, I mean, it's still gonna be a work in progress even though I reduced the length of the straps, because I need to wait to see my mom, basically, to ask her if that's possible. And if she doesn't know, I know a lady who lives in my mom's village who is a professional seamstress, so I'm pretty sure she'll be able to enlighten me on this topic. Next project is, oh yeah, I remember this one. So it's a bag. It's gonna be a bag. It is a shell stitch bag. I don't remember anything about it, honestly. I just know that one of my mom's friends wanted one. I started making it for her, but this was too big. This is using drops Paris, so I did the exact same thing using drops saffron for her, which ended up being smaller. But I decided to keep this one for me because it's super cute. It's gonna be a super nice like summer tote bag to have. So yeah, I just have to do maybe 1 or 2 more rows of the shell cluster and then make a border and some straps. This is not gonna take long, honestly. I think this took me like 4 or 5 hours at max because I was trying to figure out how to have the right amount of stitches to make it oval. So yeah, it's kind of, I did not follow the pattern to a T except for the shell clusters. I just improvised a bit on the bottom. Also, look at my super cute tote bag. That's it for this one. Next project. Ooh, we only have 2 left. Oh no, okay, I'm gonna fold it first. But this looks like this. And it is, if you know a bit your Pokemon, it is the tail of a Pachirisu. This is the littlest body of a Pachirisu, but that's what it is. I wanted to make that for a raffle in a charity event. I ended up not being selected, not a problem, because you know I had an issue with it. The issue being one of the yarn I bought, like the yarn I bought for the yellow of the cheeks of a Pachirisu, ended up bleeding. What do I mean by that, do you ask? Well, I don't know if it's gonna be picked up on camera very well, but it got the face of my Pachirisu all yellow. Like the back is pretty like white. And as soon as you look next to the where I tried to sew the cheek, it is terrible. I don't know if it's being caught up nicely on camera, but that's so bad. I have debated a long time whether I should frog it or not. I used almost 2 skeins of white yarn for that, for like the whole project. I mean, not just for the head. So I was a bit like I spent so much time and effort on it, so I was kind of like, oh, what do I do? I think I'm gonna try to remake the head. I am not, however, gonna bother making the little felt eyes. I think I am just gonna use some plain black safety eyes, and that's gonna be it. The other thing that made me doubt redoing it, I mean the main thing actually, because other than that I was fine with redoing it, it is because there's this long strap of blue that I have to actually sew to the tail, which is gonna take forever. Also, I am not gonna sew that long of a strap with chenille yarn because she's gonna break. She is gonna break for sure. So I need to do that with some cotton yarn. So that's it. I think I still have maybe, I don't know, because I have to redo the whole head. Did I have everything else ready though? I think so. Yes, okay. So I had everything else. I'm gonna redo the head and I will try to finish that project, but it was almost a frog. I think it was the only almost a frog from my whips, actually. All of them, I'm gonna finish them. Honestly, this one was such a letdown. I was so sad about it. I actually had 2 skeins of yellow from Hobbii bleeding that much on my plushies. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I mean, I contacted customer service and we figured that out like in no time. So it was fairly resolved. I did forget to mention it, but this pattern is from Cotswolds Crochet. This is how the end result is supposed to look, and it is adorable. We are now on to finally already. I'm not sure. I think I've been talking for like 45 minutes already to the camera. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but yeah. So we're on to our last project. What did I achieve on this project, do you ask? And that's a very valid question. I did this. A circle. So it definitely doesn't look like it right now, but I will insert a cute picture here. And it is actually a Suit Sprite tote bag from Ashtastic Imaginations. And I want to make this for one of my best friend, Marie. And I know she is a huge Studio Ghibli fan. And so basically, yeah, as you can see it right here, is just a lilac color tote bag with some Suit Sprites and some little stars. Super duper cute. I'm gonna make that for her. I was supposed to make it last year for her birthday, but you know what? Her 30th birthday is coming this year. So I feel like it aligns perfectly. She's gonna have something handmade for her birthday. Also, I'm obsessed with the color palette. I decided to choose colors that were pretty close to what the pattern designer has on the pattern. And it is super duper cute, like some pastel-y colors. I'm obsessed. And the black for the Suit Sprites, of course. So these are all my projects that are currently in my whips bag. I think that what I will do is a wheel of whips during the next 2 or 3 weeks, I would say. This is a concept that I have found on Unraveled Studios channel, Instagram account basically. But Deborah is also a creator on YouTube. I just love her videos. So basically the whole concept, I don't know if she came up with it or if she was inspired by someone else as well. I just know that I have found the concept on her channel. She's the one who I'll be referring to as an inspiration, but basically there's a wheel of random generators, like a wheel, basically, like a random wheel, what can I say, you know? On internet, you just put like the name of all the whips that you have currently on your needles or crochet hook or whatever, and then you work for an hour on it, and then you're allowed to work an hour on a project that you started recently that brings you more joy than the whips that are clearly not bringing you as much joy anymore because they are your whips. So that is what I will do. For some of these projects, I will have to land on them once in order to finish them. For some others, it will probably take a bit more time. I do not exclude the fact that at some point I might have a random spike of interest in these projects and continue working on them outside of the Wheel of Whips framework, which, by the way, I will probably make a YouTube video on like crochet/knitting vlog about my whips, but I will probably also upload like daily videos, or like maybe not daily but regular, like more frequent videos on Instagram about how the Wheel of Whips is going, basically. My goal is that in February I can start working on, as mentioned in the previous video, the Alyssum, which I called the Asylum sweater in my previous video. It is the Alyssum sweater that I will make with the yarn I've got for my stash event of 2025. So I think that's it, really. I don't think I have much more to say. I don't know if my explanations of how I am going to deal with these whips is clear or not. I'm not sure, but if it is not clear, please let me know and I will gladly answer your comment. I obviously have quite a few, and I think some of them are gonna take quite a long time. It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. and I hope that in 2 weeks I'll be able to give you updates on how this is going. Just a quick note before we end the video, by the way, I wanted to upload videos weekly, but right now a lot is happening. I do have a lot of administrative things going for personal slash for my studies, and also just as some behind the scene content that you might or might not see in the next video, depending on how well it goes. But I do have a lot less time. For the frequency of video uploads, I was initially thinking every week, but I don't know how this is going to be possible. I mean, I know that for the last 2 videos it was not a weekly occurrence, but I don't know how this is going to go from now on. I will tell you that just to be safe, every 2 weeks, and if I can, it will be every week. But I just don't want to like upload to upload. I have also a hard time coming up with ideas of video that I want to make because I'm not used to making this exercise yet, I think. So if you have anything you would want to see on the channel, feel free to suggest it as well, because I'm really curious. I don't know what people like, okay? And I feel like I'm in kind of an in-between. Like some people do knitting, some people do amigurumi. And I do everything because I like everything. So I'm like, it is, I don't know. But yeah, so every 2 weeks for sure. Maybe every week, depending on the ideas that I have and the free time that I have to record and edit. I don't know why editing is taking me so long. I mean, I know why, because I have been talking to this camera for the past almost an hour, I think. And I know from this hour, I might have still like 25 minutes only of final video, because I yap, and I cut everything. On that note, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. I wish you a very good weekend, and I will see you soon. Bye!